The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has just executed a masterful and highly decisive operation that is currently sending violent tremors through the dark and shadowy underworld of illegal arms smugglers operating in the northwestern region of the country. In a daring and expertly coordinated raid that unfolded in the quiet early hours of Thursday morning, the NSCDC successfully uncovered and completely dismantled a clandestine local arms manufacturing factory located deep within the heart of Korea Village in the Batagarawa local government area of Katsina State. This is not just another routine security sweep. This is a monumental strike against the very source of the deadly weapons that have been fueling the horrific banditry, kidnapping, and communal violence that has plagued the Northwest for years. The Katsina State Command of the NSCDC, acting upon rock-solid and highly credible intelligence, stormed the illegal facility at approximately 10 a.m., catching the operators completely off guard and putting an end to what authorities have described as a fully operational and alarmingly sophisticated weapons production line. To fully grasp the sheer magnitude and importance of this spectacular bust, we must first understand the terrifying context in which it occurred. The northwest region of Nigeria, particularly states like Katsina, Zamfara, Sokoto, and Kaduna, have been bleeding for years under the relentless weight of banditry and armed violence. Rural communities live in perpetual fear, farmers have been chased from their lands, and thousands of innocent citizens have been killed or kidnapped for ransom by heavily armed gangs that roam the countryside with impunity.
For the longest time, security analysts and concerned citizens have asked a burning question. Where are these bandits getting their seemingly endless supply of sophisticated firearms? How do criminal elements in remote villages manage to acquire the kind of firepower that sometimes rivals that of conventional security forces? The answer to that question has now been partially laid bare in Korea Village. The NSCDC has literally walked into the belly of the beast, exposing a local manufacturing hub that was likely supplying deadly weapons to criminal networks operating across multiple states. This discovery proves that the threat is not just about weapons smuggled in through porous borders, but also about a dangerous and growing local capacity to fabricate arms right here on Nigerian soil, hidden in plain sight within quiet rural communities. The operation, which was personally overseen by the Katsina State Commandant Abbas Dan-ile, represents the culmination of days, if not weeks, of painstaking intelligence gathering and covert surveillance. Commandant Moriki, who has earned a reputation for his aggressive and proactive approach to tackling insecurity since assuming office, has been quietly working to dismantle the logistical networks that support armed banditry. Sources close to the command revealed that the intelligence leading to the Korea Village raid was a combination of human intelligence from vigilant local residents and technical surveillance that tracked suspicious activities in the area. The villagers of Korea, like many communities terrorized by bandits, had grown wary of the violence and decided to take a stand by providing crucial information to the security agencies.
This collaboration between the public and the Corps proved to be the undoing of the illegal arms syndicate. When the operatives moved in, they did so with surgical precision, surrounding the facility and preventing any of the suspects from escaping into the surrounding bush. It was a textbook operation that demonstrated the capability and determination of the NSCDC when given the right intelligence and support. As the dust settled on the raid, the scene inside the makeshift factory was nothing short of shocking to the operatives who first gained entry. What they discovered was a fully functional arms production line, equipped with tools and machinery that painted a picture of an organized and profitable criminal enterprise. The NSCDC recovery team meticulously documented the items found at the scene, and the list is deeply alarming. Among the most significant discoveries were 8 locally fabricated firearms, already completed and likely ready for sale or distribution to criminal elements. These were not crude single-shot pistols that one might expect from a village blacksmith. Security sources suggest that the quality and finishing of some of the recovered weapons indicated a level of skill and experience that had been developed over a significant period. The guns were designed to be reliable and lethal, specifically crafted to meet the demands of bandits who engage in firefights with security forces and terrorize defenseless villagers. However, the most telling discoveries were the tools of the trade.
the operatives recovered 2 Jincheng branded machines, which are believed to be the core of the manufacturing operation. These machines, typically used for metal work and fabrication, had been repurposed for the mass production of weapon components. Alongside the machinery, the NSCDC carted away a terrifying array of tools, including grinding machines, welding equipment, iron rods, steel pipes, springs, and various filing and shaping implements. It became immediately clear that this was not a spontaneous or amateurish operation. This was a well-established factory with the capacity to produce multiple weapons simultaneously and repair damaged firearms for criminal clients. The sophistication of the setup suggests that the operators had either received technical training or had learned their craft through years of trial and error, perfecting the art of building deadly weapons from scrap metal and locally sourced materials. In the aftermath of the raid, the NSCDC paraded 4 suspects who were caught red-handed at the facility. They have been identified as Haruna Lawal, Badamasi Kabiru, Hamza Lawal, and Sagir Abba. These men, now in custody, are believed to be the core operators of the illegal factory, responsible for the fabrication, assembly, and possibly the marketing of the weapons. Preliminary investigations reveal that the suspects are all residents of the area, and it is believed that they may have been operating this clandestine business for months, if not years, right under the noses of unsuspecting neighbors. The audacity of their operation is breathtaking.
To establish a functional arms factory in a rural village, acquire heavy machinery, and produce multiple firearms without detection speaks to either a massive intelligence failure on the part of security agencies in the past or a deeply entrenched culture of silence and fear within the community. However, it must also be noted that it was ultimately community intelligence that led to their downfall, proving that the tide is turning and that citizens are no longer willing to be silent accomplices to the violence destroying their region. If you are just as appalled by the level of criminal ingenuity on display here, and you want to stay continuously updated with the absolute raw facts and verified developments regarding this unfolding investigation and other major security stories in Nigeria, please take just 1 second to hit that like button right now. It truly helps this channel amplify the truth and reach more patriotic Nigerians who deserve to know what is happening in their country. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that the very moment the NSDCC releases the full confessions of these suspects or uncovers their network of buyers, you will be the absolute first to know. The arrest of Haruna Lawal and his accomplices has now shifted the conversation from mere reaction to proactive dismantling of criminal infrastructure. Security analysts are already calling on the NSDCC to intensify their investigation and follow the money, or, in this case, follow the guns.
The most critical phase of this operation is just beginning. The Corps must now trace the distribution network that linked this factory to the bandits and kidnappers terrorizing the Northwest. How many weapons had already been sold? Who were the major buyers? Are there other similar factories operating in neighboring states? These are the questions that the commandant and his team must answer in the coming days. The recovered Jincheng machines and fabricated firearms will be subjected to forensic analysis, and investigators will be working tirelessly to extract intelligence from the 4 suspects. The goal is not just to prosecute these 4 men, but to unravel the entire web of criminal enterprise that they were a part of. Every weapon they manufactured represents potential deaths, kidnappings, and untold suffering. By cutting off this supply line, the NSCDC may have saved countless lives that would have been lost to bandit bullets in the months and years ahead. The Katsina state governor has been briefed on the operation and has reportedly commended the NSCDC for their bravery and professionalism. In a statement released through his media aide, the governor reiterated his administration's unwavering commitment to supporting security agencies in their fight against crime and vowed that the full weight of the law will be brought down on the suspects if they are convicted. However, the opposition and civil society groups remain cautiously optimistic. They have seen too many high-profile arrests result in nothing more than slap-on-the-wrist sentences or mysterious releases due to lack of diligent prosecution.
There is a growing demand for transparency and for the judicial system to treat this case with the severity it deserves. Manufacturing illegal firearms is not a minor offense. It is a direct threat to national security and should be prosecuted as such. The public wants to see these suspects face the maximum penalty allowed by law to serve as a deterrent to others who might be tempted to engage in this deadly trade. As the NSCDC continues to interrogate Udime Sunday, as they continue to interrogate Haruna Lawal, Badamasi Kabiru, Hamza Lawal and Sagiraba in their custody, the entire Northwest region is watching with bated breath. Citizens want to know how deep this criminal network goes. They want to know if there are powerful sponsors or buyers in high places who protect these operations. They want absolute assurance that the security agencies are committed to rooting out the sources of violence, not just chasing shadows. This raid has given the people a glimmer of hope. It has shown that with determination, intelligence, and community cooperation, the security forces can strike at the heart of criminal enterprises. But the work is far from over. The dismantling of one factory does not mean the end of illegal arms manufacturing in Nigeria. It simply means that the security agencies must now replicate this success in every state, every local government, and every village where similar operations might be hiding. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps has set a powerful precedent with this operation. They have demonstrated that they are not just a civil defense outfit concerned with pipeline protection and government property. They are a frontline security agency capable of conducting complex operations against the most dangerous criminal elements. Commandant Abbas Dan-ile Moriki has proven that leadership and vision can transform a command into a formidable fighting force. His officers put their lives on the line to storm that factory, not knowing if the suspects would open fire or if the facility was booby-trapped. They went in because they understood the stakes. They understood that every day that factory operated, more weapons flowed into the hands of bandits who used them to slaughter farmers, rape women, and abduct school children. Their bravery deserves the gratitude of every peace-loving Nigerian. As we gradually march towards a future where security challenges continue to evolve, operations like this remind us that the battle against crime is winnable. It requires intelligence, courage, and the active participation of the citizenry. The people of Korea Village who provided the intelligence that led to this breakthrough are heroes in their own right. They refused to be intimidated. They refused to look the other way. They chose to partner with the security agencies to clean up their community. This is the spirit that will ultimately defeat the forces of darkness threatening our nation. The NSCDC has done its part. Now the courts must do theirs. The suspects must be prosecuted swiftly and transparently. The machinery of justice must grind forward without fear or favor. And the rest of us must remain vigilant, reporting suspicious activities in our neighborhoods and refusing to allow criminals to hide among us. This raid in Katsina is a victory, but it is just one battle in a long war. The illegal arms trade is a hydra-headed monster with many tentacles. For every factory dismantled, there may be two more waiting to spring up. But today, the good people of Nigeria can celebrate a win. Today, the NSCDC struck a blow for peace and security. Today, 4 suspected arms manufacturers are behind bars where they belong. And tomorrow, the investigation continues. The hunt for their collaborators and customers goes on. The demand for justice remains loud and clear. Stay tuned to this channel as we continue to follow this story and bring you verified updates on the confessions, the court proceedings, and any further arrests that may arise from this groundbreaking operation. Together, we can build a Nigeria where the rule of law prevails and where the only things manufactured in our villages are food and prosperity, not weapons of death and destruction.